Welcome to this new playthrough for Fallout New Vegas, and I just want to basically kind of give you some sort of idea as to what I'm going to be doing this time around and how it will differ from my previous playthrough for Fallout New Vegas. Well, for starters, instead of just doing the Viva New Vegas base installation, I went ahead and did just about everything in the Viva New Vegas extended modding list, which is well over 100 mods for the game. Having said that, from a visual perspective, even with the visual mods that I've done, it still looks fairly close to what I was seeing before my first playthrough. At least my initial impressions are it's fairly similar. So I don't think you would say it's a huge graphical improvement with the Viva New Vegas Extended, but it still looks good, so no complaints there. One of the main things about the extended version, when a lot of the mods added there, is that there's a lot of cut content that's been restored, and changes to, say, like the Brotherhood of Steel faction, and also most importantly, you're able to play the game after the Battle of Hoover Dam. So, from my perspective, one of the things I want to focus on here is mostly quests that I didn't do previously. And I mean, there obviously will be some repeats, but maybe I might do some repeats with a different outcome. But for the most part, I want to try to focus on areas that I basically didn't get to before, as well as the 3 DLCs that I did not get to before. And speaking of which, the last one, Lonesome Road, I might even try to do that after the Battle of Hoover Dam, because that one does recommend you to be a higher level. So that may be something I want to do with this playthrough as well. The other thing that I want to do is focus on a select group of companions, mostly RK Gannon and Boone, because I didn't really do a lot of any of their side story, basically. So I would definitely want to focus on them for sure, and of course have my best robot Eddie around, and possibly also focus on Veronica again a little bit, because I'm going to be trying to do some more stuff with the Brotherhood of Steel, and it'll just be easy to get her to get me into the bunker probably. But mostly those three characters specifically, and maybe Veronica as well, will be my main focus. And so, yeah, having said that, I've already done the opening portions of the game there in Good Springs, mostly with a lot of the same results, turning away the powder gangers. But here's what's interesting is I may be shunned with the powder gangers, but they're not attacking me on sight, which is very good, because I have activated and repaired Eddie, so Eddie is a companion, and I cleared out the convicts in the Bison Steve Hotel there in Primm. And so I'm going to, speaking of old quests that I've done before, I'm going to do things a little bit differently for the Sheriff of Primm. Now, I could have done it very easily, and there's old Eddie. I could have just done the robot there, because I have a very good science score. So let me go ahead and pull up my stats. So this is basically my stats that I'm running with right now. I did, for my first perk, increase my strength. I do want to have a pretty decent strength, because I'm going to be doing focusing on weapons that I didn't do before, like melee weapons, unarmed combat. But I will keep some gun skill around, because it would be kind of silly not to have any gun skill. But anyway, these are my current skill ratings, and as you can tell, my science is actually pretty high at 55. And I think my repair is pretty decent as well, but also my medicine and things of that nature are pretty good because I've gone with, oh, not that, good-natured and skilled. And apparently, as part of the mods, basically, I got a chance to get Wild Wasteland for free, so I didn't have to waste a trade on that. That's kind of cool. And that's my intense training that I put into strength. Anyway, so I haven't really done a lot so far in the game, as you can tell here. But one area that I didn't focus on was this NCR correctional facility and just dealing with the Powder Gangers faction. Well, that's probably going to change here. I don't know if I'm going to actually try to take them out right now, which would probably be suicide since I'm only level 3. But I am going to definitely deal with these people eventually. But for now, the quest that we're on, trying to get a new sheriff. And there's an ex-sheriff at the NCRCF, and I'm going to try to go in there and recruit him. So without further ado, let's go down into this facility, which is, well, yeah, it definitely looks like a prison. Actually, you know what? I forgot. I can always just cheat a little bit. Okay, that was a little bit of an annoyance. Okay. Trespassers will be prosecuted, aka shot on sight.
I know all the guys I did time with around here, and you ain't one of them. Can't fool me with that powder ganger get-up. This is, or was, the big house. New California Republic Correctional Facility. Not much correcting went on here, just slave labor. One day, us prisoners decided to liberate ourselves. Killed the warden, killed the guards, took over the whole damn territory. That'll be Eddie. You can usually find him sitting in the warden's old chair up in the main building. That's us. We got sent here to fix the rails and make some new ones. And for that, we got to use dynamite. Of course, dynamite works pretty good against caravan guards, too. So, that's what we do. Rob and blow things up.
So it sounds like y'all deserved what you got.
Me? I ran with the toughest gang in the hub. You've heard of the hub, right? It's, west of here, I think. Back in California. We've got the biggest, baddest fort in the wasteland. There's water and power, and if we need grub, we just go out and steal it. Well, I don't know. Depends on if you can make it worth my time. 100 caps sounds right to me. Alright, you can go on in. Can't guarantee your safety, though. Just saying. Yeah, whatever. What do you want now?
Nothing.
Yeah, whatever.
Wouldn't mind having one of those little flying robots myself.
So one thing you can tell is you can loot with these mods directly here without opening up the actual container. That's actually really cool. And they've also made certain things a lot more hard to loot. For instance, the doctor in Good Springs, everything there counted as stealing, which kind of makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, he just healed me, and I'm gonna take him for everything he's got. That was kind of a low move on my part, but yeah, they kind of fixed that, make it a little more realistic, to say the least. Now, where is this guy I'm looking for?
Wouldn't mind having one of those little flying robots myself. Scrambler's crazier than usual. Watch yourself.
I don't think the guy I need to talk to is here. In the courtyard. Oh, I can take that if I wanted. Well, I'll worry about looting this place later. So lots of guard towers. Okay, cell blocks. That's where I came from. What's this? Administration. Sounds like a place where someone important would be.
Heard there was a new face around. I'm the doctor around here. Sort of. I was an NCR medic for 6 months, so I'm not exactly a doctor. Still, it's more medical training than any of the other guys here. It also gives me an excuse to stay out of any raiding parties. The gang can't lose its only doctor now, can it?
Well, you got a point there.
Medical supplies go for a decent amount of caps in the right markets. I figured the quartermaster wouldn't notice any missing. I was wrong. Let's see. I've been a farmhand, a bouncer, a bandit, and an NCR trooper. I don't recommend any of them. The location by the highway makes it a good spot to shake down any travelers passing through. That's why Eddie and the rest are still around. Me, I like having big walls between myself and the wasteland.
Reasonable.
One night, there was a big explosion from the other cell block. I had no idea what was going on, so I took cover in my bunk. When it was all over, the guards were dead and we were free. Most of the other prisoners scattered, but a few of us stuck around, obviously. Later.
Okay. It's weird some of these things count as stealable objects here, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Unless you come in here and kill them all.
If it weren't for Cook, we'd still be slaving away for the NCR.
What are you bodyguarding? A door that's locked.
Dawes said he let somebody in. So you going to give me a reason not to kill you and throw your body back outside? Why do you care? Answer, you shouldn't. I don't feel like trading life stories. This is Powder Ganger territory, my territory. Most of the guys around here understand that. One, Chavez doesn't. Chavez formed his own crew and have been hitting traders on their own. Everybody I've sent after him either got killed or weren't able to catch him. That leaves you. What do you say? Chavez is the ringleader. Without him, his crew will fall apart, and I don't give a shit about those guys. Good. Chavez and his boys were last seen south of here. If you're lucky, and he's careless, he might still be there. It was all Cook's idea. He and his boys managed to swipe some dynamite and hide it away in their cells. The rest of us just tagged along. Cook's crew headed north while the rest of us stuck around for payback. The NCR called it a work-release prison. We lucky prisoners got the privilege of fixing up the rail lines and blasting rock for new lines. They got sloppy, though. Some of us managed to hide away some dynamite, and look who's in charge now. One mean son of a bitch. Really truly hates the NCR for some reason, and he got a lot of the other guys around to his way of thinking. He and his crew went north. I heard talk about some sort of big plan to get back at the NCR, but haven't seen them since. Yeah, get out of here.
What are you looking at? Why? It's because I mess up people so bad they don't know what part goes where when I'm done. Not much. Just killed a bunch of people. Maybe a couple kids, too. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Dynamite. Lots and lots of dynamite. You should have seen the body parts flying everywhere. I keep an eye on my buddy Eddie. Anybody messes with him and I scramble them real good. Uh-huh.
Okay, so they obviously added a little artwork to the wall there. That's pretty funny. It's still not the guy I'm looking for, though. And even though I think I probably will be a little more hostile to these guys in the future, for now I don't want to start up a fight just as of yet. And as you can see from that pop-up, yeah, I am still playing on hardcore mode. The one of the few mods I didn't install that I should point out is the Vigor or the J Sawyer mod. So anything related to that I didn't basically install. I figured it made things even harder at low levels, and that's probably the last thing we need to do is make low levels even harder. So the guy I need to talk to is right behind me apparently. Oh, there you are.
Didn't know anyone would willingly walk into this place. Not unless they were looking for trouble. What's your story? I was a sheriff, believe it or not, for a small town far to the west of here. Short version is that sometimes justice is a little slow. And I helped speed it up one too many times. I'm not sorry for anything I did, but I will do the time. Fair enough trade if you ask me. I understand that Cook was behind it all. I kept my head down the whole time. Didn't want any part of it. I stuck around, figuring the NCR would show up and put things back the way they were. No sense in making myself look guilty, right? Some kind of anti-NCR rebel. Some people just don't like being pushed around and told what to do. He went north with some of the other guys. Didn't say where. Didn't say why. All I know is he's got some kind of score to settle with the NCR.
And apparently they're in a vault, and it's one of the vaults that I did not do in my first playthrough.
I'm not quite sure the kind of greeting NCR troopers will give an escaped con like myself. Figure it's better to stay put for now. Right now, Eddie and his boys run the place. They've got the guns and the dynamite, so they call the shots. Assuming an NCR pardon comes with the job, and it had better. I also need to be able to do things my own way. Due process has its place. But sometimes it's just a waste of time. I'll need to know that I'm not going to end up right back in prison. When I need to? Yes. Alright then. Guess I'll just make a quiet exit. No need for a goodbye party or anything.
Alright, so yeah, that's basically.
Having one of those little flying robots myself.
Quick and dirty introduction to the NCR Correctional Facility. We also got a quest out of the deal. But we didn't come in here guns blazing, which is probably a very good idea. So we're not going to get the NCR involved in policing Primm this time around. Oh, and I guess I should point out that my plan is to side with the yes man, ultimately. At least for starters. For now, though, we're going to warp our way over to Primm. I'm hungry now. I got some squirrel stew for that. Supposedly there's a lot of new things you can see along the roads with the what are you shooting? Ah, bloody heck. Alright, before we do that, put my leather armor on so I don't get shot when I warp over there. I was like, what are you shooting at? I was like, oh crap. Could just jump down, but anyway, the Living Desert mod supposedly adds a whole bunch of roaming things and a lot more encounters. So maybe we'll see something on the way to the Mojave Outpost. We'll see. Oh. Is that some lightning in the distance? Or just a glitch? Oh, I think I remember this. They look like they're on the,
You better get out of here. You better get out of here.
If you're not going to shoot me, then I'll just keep on going. That's kind of cool looking. Is that showing up on my... Yeah, it is. Okay. Just make sure it's showing up on my map. I have a feeling I'll probably have to repeat the quest I did for the guy here at the outpost to get the pardon, but we'll see for sure here momentarily. All these supposed new travelers on the highway, I don't see any of them. Just make sure you're still with me, guy.
Coming from the north? Must be crazy to brave those roads. Outpost. Mojave Outpost. Watching a lot of nothing feels like a big Brahmin pen for caravans. They've been stopped for a while, waiting for the roads north to clear. Or their clearance papers to go through. Looks like you've walked away, so if you need to shake the dust off, head to the barracks at the bars there. Not much, but better than nothing. Nothing I know of. But if you've come from the north, means you can travel freer than most around here. Might check the barracks, someone might need you to hoof it somewhere. Just be careful you go up on the roof. Got a sniper watching the road. If your gear's in need of repair, HQ's also worth checking out. Talk to Major Knight, he can help. Provided you got a pen and plenty of ink. Those two represents unification. Mostly good for shade. Won't do much else when the Legion reaches us. Watch yourself.
I think, actually, well, I don't know. I think maybe Major Knight's the guy we got to talk to. Here.
We won't go quietly. The Legion can count on that.
Caravan, citizen, pilgrim, or...
Courier.
Just need something for the logbook, keeping tabs on traffic throughout the outpost. Although mostly just in, not out these days. If you're looking for the commanding officer, he's in the back. Although, he's got a lot on his plate, so if you speak with him, keep it short. Also, if you need any gear checked, we can get you up and running again. Once you fill out the work orders and sign for the parts, of course.
You know, I think all news, whether it's good or bad, brings us closer together. Don't you?
Me? I'm Knight. Major Knight. I've been stuck here dealing with these caravans for ages now, but somebody's got to do it. It ain't so bad. If Caesar's Legion decides to push west through Nipton, old Mojave Outpost here will be the front line.
Actually, let me say first.
Dismissed.
Just in case I mess something up.
Back again, I see. Something you need? Primm. Hayes units is stationed up there. We're having problems with some of the NCRCF convicts. What can I help you with? One of the powder gangers? They've been nothing but trouble for us. Why would we want one of them anywhere in an official capacity? Goodbye.
See, that's why I saved. Just in case. Let's see, what's it called? Meeting people?
Back again, I see. Something you need? All right. If his sentence was closing up, I can see about getting him pardoned. Primm is important to our trade up from California, so having someone there who owes us a favor, that couldn't hurt. NCR border guard duty mostly. It's our job to make sure the caravans can move safely along I-15 and Highway 95. Not the best posting or assignment, but it beats being sent east or patrolling the Colorado. Legion's pretty thick there. Help? Oh, well, you could speak to Ranger Jackson. He might have something for you. He sort of runs things around here. Mostly ends up sending reports back west that aren't filled with the best news.
Dismissed.
Alright, well, actually, that was easier than I thought. let's just warp our way back to Primm and get the sheriff set up. Where is... He's over here. Ah, there he is.
Morning.
Just so I can give myself some options.
Thanks for getting me that pardon. Me and the boys will take good care of Primm. Don't you worry. Watch yourself out there.
Oh look, leveled up. How nice. Guess this will do for now. Alright, so let me
Primm has a new sheriff. That should keep the powder gangers away.
You're part of his deputies, huh? So let me see if we can't talk to some of the residents who aren't powder ganger deputies and find out what they think of the new sheriff. Because, you know, people instantly know what they think in this game.
Hey there.
You got that old robot up and running again? How's it working out for you? Got a new sheriff, as you know. Meyer's a bit rougher hewn than I might have liked, but he seems like a good sort. So far, so good.
I can ask about Eddie later.
Later.
Now these people will hopefully go back to their location. Yeah, remember how I was able to steal everything here before? Or not really steal, but just loot it all and then sell it? Yeah, I can't do that now. It kind of stinks. Huh. I don't even have to crack that safe.
Howdy, partner. Any luck tracking down Vance's gun? Dang it. I hope you'll keep looking.
Yeah, one of the things I did with this robot here
Trails, partner.
is I did repair him to a certain extent using my science skill because he thought the gun was still here, and it's not. Apparently, you can get the second part of this unmarked quest by going up to, I believe, the west side
Well,
in
that's the end of that.
Vegas, which I didn't spend a lot of time there. Oh, there's Beagle.
Well, if it isn't the lawbringer. My problem is that I'm no longer a deputy. I'm just a beagle now. Apparently 2.5 months of law enforcement experience doesn't count for anything. The new regime is just that. All new. He's a good sheriff, but a hard man. He doesn't abide by anyone slinking by the rules. I guess there won't be any trouble, but the man's law is hard.
So it looks like no matter what you do, Beagle isn't happy. Well, actually, let's talk to Miss Nash before she walks off.
Welcome back. Good to see you again. Thanks to you, Primm's on the way back up. With folks watching over us, I think the raiders will keep their distance.
Bye.
Her bio just always sounds so weird. Alright, well, I guess people start roaming around now. That's good. Okay, just for completionist sake, let's see what happens if we do the robot. Meet y'all back in the casino here momentarily.
Howdy, partner. Any luck tracking down Vance's gun? Dang it. I hope you'll keep looking. Law enforcement protocols reinstated, partner. Initializing use of force authorization. Authorization found. Yeah! Happy trails, partner.
Here we go. Let's see what they think.
You got that old robot up and running again? How's it working out for you?
Huh.
Sure, have a look.
Interesting.
Later.
I got no response whatsoever. Beagle, what do you think now?
Well, if it isn't the lawbringer. My problem is that I'm no longer a deputy. I'm just a beagle now. Slim's alright. I don't wish him no harm, but the law to him is a set of logic. Not everything is black and white. Not sure a robot can ever understand that.
Oh yeah, so I was right. Basically, no matter what you do, Beagle's not going to be too happy about the situation. He's going to be demoted one way or the other. Okay, well that's fine. So those are the two other options for completing that quest. My kind of town. I think Myers is the better choice overall because he will decrease the prices of things in the town, so you just get a better deal when dealing with the vendor. In this case, of course, Johnson Nash. Alright, so what I think for the next video, what I'm going to do is I guess we could just hit this I fought the law and deal with the powder ganger situation up north. The current... Well, that's a good question, because there's another quest I may want to try and grab first before getting the powder gangers upset with me. So I may not want to take this one to its full conclusion. We'll see. So, but anyway, I might still do this I fought the law next, at least the first few portions of it, and see where we go from there. But for now, that this has basically been a introduction to the Viva New Vegas extended mod list, with some small exceptions. I think they even added some new mods since I finished modding up my game, but I have over 100 mods, so I think that's plenty enough for the game for sure. And we'll just moving forward, we'll just see how the game feels and looks compared to the previous version of the game. So far, visually, not a huge difference, but maybe a little bit here and there. Alright, well anyway, that'll do it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.